Have you ever wondered who the greatest warriors in history are? Those individuals who, through sheer will and might, carved their names into the annals of time? These warriors, the ones we'll be looking at today, changed the course of history with their bravery, their skill, and their unwavering determination. Some of them fought against impossible odds, facing down armies twice the size of their own, and yet, they emerged victorious. From the sun-drenched battlefields of ancient Greece to the windswept plains of Mongolia, their stories echo through the ages, inspiring awe and wonder in equal measure. You won't believe what we reveal at number 1. Stay tuned. Born in Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedon, in 356 BC, Alexander's life was anything but ordinary. Tutored by Aristotle, Alexander displayed a keen intellect and a thirst for knowledge, but it was on the battlefield where his true destiny lay. Ascending to the throne at 20 after his father's assassination, Alexander quickly set about consolidating his power and expanding his kingdom. His military campaigns, some lasting for years, were breathtaking. He marched his armies across continents, from Greece to Egypt, Persia to India, conquering all who stood in his path. His tactics were innovative, his strategic mind always a step ahead of his enemies. He led from the front, often charging headlong into the thick of battle, earning the respect and loyalty of his troops. In 323 BC, at 32, Alexander the Great succumbed to a mysterious illness in Babylon, but his legacy lived on, inspiring generations of military leaders. From the unforgiving steppes of Mongolia rose a figure who would forever alter the course of history: Genghis Khan. Born Temujin, his early life was marked by hardship and struggle. Orphaned at a young age, he clawed his way to power through sheer force of will and strategic brilliance. Uniting the disparate Mongol tribes, Genghis Khan forged them into a formidable fighting force. His armies, renowned for their horsemanship, archery skills, and discipline, struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. Genghis Khan's conquests stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. He toppled empires, shattered armies, and redrew the map of the world. He established a system of laws, the Yasa, that promoted religious tolerance, protected messengers and travelers, and encouraged trade. Genghis Khan's legacy is complex and multifaceted, a ruthless conqueror and visionary leader who brought stability and prosperity to much of Asia. From the blood-soaked sands of the Roman arena to the sprawling battlefields of the Italian peninsula, Spartacus, a Thracian gladiator, rose to become a symbol of hope and defiance against the might of Rome. Sold into slavery and forced to endure the brutal life of a gladiator, Spartacus refused to be broken. In 73 BC, he ignited a rebellion that would engulf the Roman Republic in the Third Servile War. Spartacus's ragtag army of escaped slaves and gladiators swelled in numbers, and he proved to be a brilliant tactician, outmaneuvering and defeating Roman legions. Despite early successes, Spartacus's rebellion was ultimately crushed by the overwhelming might of the Roman legions. Though his rebellion was unsuccessful, his story served as an inspiration to the oppressed, and a stark reminder to the Roman elite that even the most powerful empires are not invincible. Joan of Arc, a young peasant girl from Domremy, France, stands as one of the most improbable yet enduring figures in military history. Born into a time of great turmoil, with France locked in a seemingly unwinnable war against England, Joan's unwavering faith and conviction would change the course of history. At 13, Joan claimed to have received divine visions urging her to lead the French army to victory. Driven by her belief, she convinced the skeptical French Dauphin, Charles VII, of her divine mission. Donning a suit of white armor, Joan became a beacon of hope for the demoralized French troops. Her most celebrated victory came at the Siege of Orléans, a turning point in the 100 Years' War. Despite her tragic end, Joan of Arc's legacy lived on, rallying a demoralized nation and leading them to victory against seemingly insurmountable odds. Sun Tzu, a name synonymous with military strategy and tactical brilliance, is a figure shrouded in mystery and legend. His seminal work, The Art of War, has been studied by military leaders and strategists for centuries. Believed to have lived during the Zhou dynasty in ancient China, Sun Tzu's The Art of War is a masterpiece of military strategy. His teachings emphasize the importance of planning, deception, and knowing oneself and one's enemy. Sun Tzu's teachings emphasize the importance of terrain, timing, and the use of deception in warfare. The supreme art of war, he wrote, is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Sun Tzu's legacy lies in his timeless wisdom, his ability to distill the complexities of warfare into principles that remain relevant today. Richard I, King of England, known as Richard the Lionheart, was a figure both revered and feared. a warrior king renowned for his courage, his martial prowess, and his chivalric ideals, Richard's life was a tapestry woven from battlefield glory, political intrigue, and relentless ambition. His involvement in the Third Crusade cemented his legend. Richard's leadership during the crusade was marked by stunning victories and strategic brilliance. He captured the strategic port city of Acre and won the Battle of Arsuf against Saladin. Known for his personal courage, Richard earned the respect of both his allies and his enemies. Despite his military successes, Richard's reign was marked by conflict and political instability. Richard the Lionheart's life was tragically cut short during a siege in France, but he remains a symbol of chivalry and military prowess. Miyamoto Musashi, the sword saint of Japan, is synonymous with swordsmanship, strategy, and the pursuit of martial perfection. Born in 1584 in Harima Province, Japan, Musashi's life was steeped in the way of the warrior from a young age. He claimed to have fought his first duel at 13, defeating an older opponent. Musashi was a master of the two-sword fighting style known as Niten Ichi-ryu. His most famous duel took place in 1612 against Sasaki Kojiro, where he defeated Kojiro with a wooden bakken. Musashi was more than just a swordsman, he was a skilled strategist, artist, and writer. His book, The Book of Five Rings, is a treatise on strategy, philosophy, and swordsmanship. Miyamoto Musashi's life and teachings continue to resonate, symbolizing dedication, discipline, and the pursuit of excellence. Saladin, the first Sultan of Egypt and Syria, stands as a beacon of chivalry, honor, and military brilliance. Born in Tikrit, Iraq, in 1137, Saladin's early life was marked by political upheaval and military campaigns. He honed his skills as a soldier and a leader, rising to become a prominent military commander. Saladin's reign was defined by his piety, commitment to justice, and military successes against the Crusader states. His capture of Jerusalem in 1187 marked a turning point in the Crusades. Despite his reputation as a fierce warrior, Saladin was renowned for his chivalry and generosity. Saladin's legacy is complex and multifaceted, a skilled military commander and a man of principle. His story serves as a reminder that even in conflict, humanity and respect can prevail. Hannibal Barca, the Carthaginian general who struck fear into the heart of the Roman Republic, stands as one of the greatest military minds in history. Born in Carthage in 247 BC, Hannibal grew up during a period of intense rivalry between Carthage and Rome. His father, Hamilcar Barca, instilled in him a deep hatred of Rome. Hannibal's most daring feat was his crossing of the Alps during the Second Punic War. He led his army, complete with elephants, across the treacherous mountain range, surprising the Romans. His victories at the battles of Trebia, Trasimene, and Cannae showcased his tactical genius. Despite his string of victories, Hannibal was ultimately unable to deliver a decisive blow to Rome. Hannibal's legacy extends beyond his military exploits. Remembered as a brilliant strategist and master of logistics, his name continues to evoke awe and admiration, a testament to the enduring power of his legend. William Wallace, a name synonymous with Scottish nationalism and resistance against English rule, stands as a legendary figure in Scottish history. Born into a time of turmoil, Wallace's life was forever altered when English forces invaded Scotland. The execution of his wife by English soldiers ignited a firestorm of rage and defiance within him. Wallace's military leadership was characterized by his strategic brilliance and his ability to inspire his countrymen. His victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge sent shockwaves through Scotland and England alike. Wallace's rebellion, while ultimately unsuccessful, ignited a firestorm of Scottish resistance. Though William Wallace's life was tragically cut short, his legacy lived on, inspiring generations of Scottish patriots. From the sun-drenched battlefields of antiquity to the windswept plains of medieval Europe, these warriors, each a product of their time, left an undeniable mark on the course of human history. They were masters of strategy, exemplars of courage, and often, agents of change, shaping the destinies of empires and the lives of millions. Their stories, passed down through generations, continue to inspire awe and wonder, reminding us of the indomitable spirit that resides within humanity. Like this video if you found it interesting. Subscribe for more amazing content every week. Check out this next video. It delves into the lives of history's greatest spies and secret agents. You won't believe the stories they have.